It's time for Everything Noob, your source for all things gaming.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortak, joined this evening by Miss Jemmy Games.
Yeah!
And Mr. Dreadlow.
Hello.
So tonight we have a whole bunch of topics on the list, the big list of topics. We're going to talk about our Cubic Castles giveaway. We gave away a whole bunch of cubits for Cubic Castles, and we're going to do that drawing tonight. We're going to give away another game, tell you how you can win Assassin's Creed Black Flag coming up later in the show. We have some news on the canceled Minecraft convention. That's been blowing up Twitter as we speak. We have some news about Lindsey Lohan, of all people, and all kinds of stuff. So how you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, it sounds like a fun night for topics.
It's been a long 4th of July weekend.
Yeah? What'd you do?
Yeah. Just goofed off, and watched some fireworks and ate apple pie.
Nice.
I'm a warrior. I'm max level now on 14.
You already got to max level?
Yes, I'm max level on one job.
You've been playing for like 2 weeks.
I know. Well,
Wow.
I mean, like, there's other jobs I want to level, and there's lots of endgame content to actually go through. And it's actually kind of hard and challenging, so, oh, I died so much. I am, like, captain of standing where I shouldn't be.
Nice.
I'm captain of the Tard Brigade.
Oh, man. So, last week, we were giving away qubits. It's the currency used in Cubic Castles, which is a free indie game. It was our indie spotlight not long ago. And the developers behind that were nice enough to give us qubits to give away, which is awesome because it's a lot. 10,000 qubits can buy you a whole ton of stuff in this game. And they said, we have these bigger prizes you want to give away to your, viewers or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that'll be great. So we kept it simple. We have a drawing going on. And I thought, okay, well, I'll probably close the drawing before the show. And I decided, maybe not this time. Maybe we'll give people in chat a chance who may not have heard the show last week. Your one last chance to enter a Cubic Castles giveaway. We're going to link it in chat for you. And you can sign up. If you haven't signed up and you play Cubic Castles and you want to get your hands on some free qubits, then be sure to hit up this link I'm about to post in chat. This is obviously for our live people. All you audio listeners, you had your chance. Now it's their turn. I guess it's fair to say they had their chance too. But there you go. If you want, you can enter that contest. And towards the end of the show, we will draw the winner of that contest. So I'm excited. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy your bits.
Enjoy your bits of cubes. Yes, buy some stuff.
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Uh-oh.
Your cubes and bits.
Cubes? What are you getting at?
I don't know. Just roll it. Let's go.
All right, fine. And
Just roll with it.
I wanted to mention at the top of the show, we are going to be giving away a copy of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, courtesy of Jemmy's sister, actually. She donated it. So.
Maybe they'll finish it before I will.
Yeah, exactly. You can.
It's okay. I finished a game, though. Mission complete. I finished a game this summer.
Which
like,
one was that?
I did all the story. Final Fantasy 14. I finished the story and, like, capped out in levels.
That's an MMO, though. Does that count?
Yeah, because as long as you experience all the content before the next content comes out, you've technically beat the game.
I guess that's fair.
At least story mode-wise, I would say.
I'll allow it. So, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, donated to us by Jemmy's sister. You can win this game not the same way we usually do contests. I'm going to be promoting this everywhere, and there's going to be links in the show notes of how you can enter. But I have a Minecraft server, the Vortex Community Minecraft server, and we have minigames on the server. So we decided, why not get everyone involved in this and have a big minigame tournament on a game that a lot of people already own. So if you own Minecraft and you play on our server, or you don't play on our server, you have a chance to win this game. All you have to do is hit up the link on the show notes, and all the details are over there. It's going to be, the tournament's going to be on Saturday, July, what is that, 17th, I think? And you're going to be able to go on there, sign up for the tournament if you want, or you can just show up on the day of, like, oh, maybe I won't be there, maybe I can make time. It's going to be open to everyone, but the people who sign up get first dibs. Come on, and play some Spleef. And the winner of that tournament wins Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Second and third place winners are going to get our in-game currency known as Zips. A whole bunch of those. And you can buy things on the server.
Awesome.
So
Cash and prizes.
cash and prizes for everyone. Well, no, 3 people.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassins. We're opening it up to about 40 people. That's the official.
That's a big sleeve.
That's the official cap. Well, the way it's going to work is we're doing 1 versus 1, and we have 4 Spleef arenas set up, so we can do 4 games at once. 8 people can all play at the same time, and then the winner of those 4 games advance to the next bracket.
When it's all done, will it be a sploof?
A sploof.
I suppose.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Yeah, I know. I'm on fire tonight.
So there you have it. That's how we're going to give away Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I thought that'd be a little more eventful than a drawing.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's good, you know.
And I still have Cubic Castle stuff to give away too for people, and I might do those in the game itself, maybe during a stream sometime. So there you have it.
Sweet.
Oh, so let's get to the story since it's half old news, half not. This Lindsey Lohan thing. She's trying again to sue Rockstar Games.
Is it again, or is this the case is just getting further along in the court system?
It could be one or the other, honestly. I think she was like, when we last talked about this, she was like considering it. This was back in December.
Well, now it's actually there. Like, she's doing it.
Yeah. She's put forth all the paperwork. She at first believed that the woman on the cover of the game, like during the loading screen and stuff, it's like this woman holding one of those iFruit phones. She's like, that's me. That's a resemblance of me, and I'm angry. And, you know, started threatening them.
But it's obviously not, because they have a picture of the real girl.
Yeah.
That they actually model it by.
They're like, no, it's her.
Her issue's mostly the personality of the girl, that she's like a washed up, trashy has-been, drugged out, and all this stuff. And all the Rockstar characters are kind of parodies of the people we always hear about in the news. Like, how many like has-been starlets who are drugged out, crazy stunts always in the news? All of them. And they're all same body shape, blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by doing this, doesn't she actually verify that's how she is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
If you see yourself in that character, change. You don't want to be that character.
No.
Go be a fatty and like nice and not druggy or drunk or sleeping with everybody. I don't care. Just something. Just do something different, or just stay under the radar at least.
I watched the video of she accused like missions in the game of portraying her, and I watched the video of like the mission, and it's like such a stereotypical, not even like a Hollywood starlet, like just a stereotypical ditzy blonde is what I saw.
Oh, a Valley girl?
Yeah. And I'm like, this is what she thinks? Is this true? Or is this Lindsey Lohan's lawyers?
I think she's getting a little paranoid, schizophrenic.
I think she's getting a little whore.
Well, it's true, too.
If anything, they could, if it ever goes that direction, it's a parody. She's not going to win.
No, she can't win this.
No.
And but the problem is Rockstar going to waste the time to fight it, or are they just going to settle just to shut her up?
I like how she targets Rockstar Games, but Robot Chicken like actively makes fun of them on her show. She gets made fun of on Robot Chicken like more than anyone else in the earlier episodes I saw anyway. And
probably because Robot Chicken definitely would fly under the parody. There's nothing that like they're digging at her, but it's definitely parody, and they kind of go over the limit of what she does, where the Rockstar characters are pretty stereotypical.
They call her Lindsey Lohan. They don't even like sugarcoat the name.
That's true.
So I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that somehow she and her lawyers think that maybe they used a model to actually be a persona of her. So even though they use this model to be a part of this game, they're actually meaning that they're trying to, you know, make it as if it's her, I guess. That's the only way they can really go after this.
Maybe she did sue Robot Chicken, but it was all under the radar. And they're like, we don't want to mess with this in the court, so we're just going to pay her so she'll shut up because she's only doing this because she broke.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too, with that. Sure.
So, yeah, Lindsey Lohan, we have this story linked if you guys want to see the videos attached to it, and you can judge for yourself, I guess. I don't think it's Lindsey Lohan. I wouldn't even be able to target which celebrity that they could be making fun of because it's so stereotypical.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
So
I'm going for Britney.
Britney?
Don't mess with Britney. Leave her alone.
She's not even relevant anymore, though.
I know. That's why it's great.
Either way, it's ridiculous. Poor Lindsey Lohan is poor.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Ouch.
What? She loses money all the time in court. She has to.
Well,
I know.
she never can make her probation, and she like skips her court dates.
That's because on the way to probation, she gets drunk and drives into a post or something. Or her probation
Well,
officer,
yeah, that's probably true.
We're not really
man.
an entertainment news podcast. We're a gaming news podcast, but this kind of dipped into the world of gaming. So here we are.
Yeah, it sure did.
But
it's
not
related.
I like reading the news about these like trash entertainers who just can't get a grip on reality and act like sane adults.
I don't feel like it's really news because I feel like most
It's
of the
not.
time. Well, I know it's not news, but I feel like it's not even true most of the time. Either the celebrity is trying to gain attention, or the media is just picking at straws, because they don't know what.
They're poking at them, trying to get a reaction.
Well, yeah, because that's what people want to tune into. People look and they'll throw money at it, and then they don't have to actually dig at the hard facts. They don't have to do research. They don't have to do real news stories.
Yeah, and that's
They
exactly what
waste tons of time on just garbage and squirrels water skiing.
It's like a virtual pole dance.
What the hell?
What?
You keep throwing money at it.
Uh,
Anyway,
I get the
Carry on.
analogy. I can see
I
that.
mean, I don't think I've ever done
see
that,
that? Anyway,
but right.
Uh,
I'm uncomfortable.
you said they
with
just
this.
keep throwing money at whatever garbage is out there. Woo!
Why do you go to the trash bin, for the nightclub?
Yeah.
I don't want to know what kind of strip clubs he's going to, but
That's
No,
I'll
that's
take
a
it.
Go to- I
fetish
don't.
place.
I don't.
obviously.
So, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Lindsey Lohan suing Rockstar. What else is new? In other drama news, though, a little more related to us, we talked about this not that long ago. There was a convention that was a big, big scam. Like the meeting of the minds or something.
Meeting of the Minds, yes.
It was a
that was an obvious scam.
Yeah, Minecraft scam convention, overpromised, underdelivered, but they had the convention. They actually brought these people together. They sold tickets and spent none of the money on making the convention a convention, and it was just this big fiasco.
It was terrible.
And then tonight, like this is like breaking news. We don't even know the full details yet because they're gonna do like their quote unquote Q&A tomorrow. But the big YouTubers have already taken action because that's what they do. Basically, this convention called MineORama comes out and we're postponing the event. We're sorry that you bought tickets. We're really upset that we had to postpone it due to unforeseen circumstances, everyone's favorite term in these situations. And yeah, and
Planned unforeseen circumstances.
And this is that you got to realize this is like 4 or 5 days before the event.
yeah,
Depending on where you live in
they've
the
been
world.
selling tickets for how long now?
Some people are
Months.
probably already there, ready.
Yes, they're already. Some people are on their way there, and,
So-
and you
Yeah.
see tweets of people that are already on their way there, and it's like this should have been something that could have been foreseen. I think.
Well,
I
we don't know
mean-
what it is. We can't even say that because they won't say what it was that made it
I mean-
canceled because they're still thinking of it. They don't even know. They're just because that's what we're assuming. Everyone's assuming
Is
they're
this
scam artists.
run by the same guy who did the last scam?
No.
No,
Not
no, no.
that we
This
know
is
of.
different. Now these people actually they got a YouTube channel. They had. They did a little kind of like a documentary on the two of the guys that were actually involved. Very legitimate people, it seems like. They're dads themselves, and they put this thing together, and they got a lot of support from a lot of YouTubers. One main YouTuber would be like the BAM Lounge, and that's like with Aviator Gamer and people like that, Big Mac something. But it's just interesting how it just like they didn't say nothing until Sky Does Minecraft sent out a tweet saying this is what I got from from my reservations from my hotel. They said that the event was canceled, and so he tweeted it. But the way he tweeted it was, "Wow, this confirms it. That it's been canceled." And so then, within 40 minutes, now MineORama went ahead and put it on their website. But then, just 6 or 5 hours before they put anything out, somebody had tweeted that they paid for tickets and they didn't get the tickets. And they were tweeting MineORama saying, "What do? I didn't get my tickets." And they tweeted back, MineORama, 5 hours before they decided to cancel, MineORama tweeted back saying, "Don't worry about it. You can get your tickets at the gate when you arrive there on the day of the event."
Yeah.
Well, the person probably answering the Twitter account is probably not the people running the event. They probably just crowdsourced that to a wife or a daughter or a cousin or something like that.
It's possible.
Like, here, you understand the Twitters. Answer our questions, and here's our info or just batter them off.
Right, and nobody's actually saying this is an actual scam. There's a lot of people out there saying it's a scam, but nobody's actually saying it because it's really unknown at this point.
It's kind of scammy because there is no refund info. Not that there's no refunds. There's no info about if you can get a refund or not yet.
They say the tickets will still be usable whenever they decide to reschedule the event. But
there's no guarantee of that.
Absolutely.
But a lot of YouTubers already backed out. They already backed out.
All the YouTubers backed out, and the fact that there's people on their way there and people who already have reservations at places and that they can't get out of. Now there's a bunch of people going to New York for no reason. And they're not going to cancel their trip to New York. And if they do, they won't get their money back. It depends, I guess. You could. But
if this was, say, a month before, then I can see, okay, yeah, we're going to postpone it and we'll make sure we get a good date out there. Then people can remake plans and, nobody's actually there.
Exactly.
But when you're talking 4 days before the event starts and then you cancel it, that's kind of like...
Come on.
You had to have known something. If you knew something was close to this happening... You would have at least let everybody know about it.
What's weird is they didn't right away give details on if they can get refunds, when the rescheduling is slated to be, even on a month basis, the reschedule will be sometime in the month of September or whatever.
Right, and they were selling tickets up to 40 minutes before, 40 minutes after the tweet from Sky Does Minecraft.
So people, you're saying, here's the timeline. People are speculating, hey, I think this event's canceled, guys. And there's no news from MineORama. It's just speculation.
Correct. None of this news came from MineORama.
Yeah.
It just came from MineORama after.
So I'm imagining what happened was one of the YouTubers involved with the event contacted them and said, hey, we're making plans. We're making our travel arrangements. Where should we get a hotel or something? They were calling to ask a question. Or emailing or whatever.
Right.
And MineORama said something fishy, and they're like, guys, I have a bad feeling about this.
Right, and it was the BAM Lounge people, because they were kind of part of them.
After that, MineORama is still saying, get the tickets at the gate, even though there's YouTubers speculating this is a problem. So that's what you're saying. That's the timeline.
And then people are getting emails from their reservations from their hotels saying that the MineORama has been canceled. Do you wish to continue to have your reservations? They're getting emails from the hotels. And so this is where all this speculation comes from, too. And then, like I said, it was...
There's always something non-refundable.
That's weird.
Yeah. If they knew it was canceled before,
that's really
then...
fishy. Because
why didn't MineORama
it's 4 days beforehand, so it's like they didn't even pay their, I guess, retainer fee to reserve the conference rooms and stuff to have the conference. They probably just hey, we want to do it, and then they never paid for it.
Well, they signed a contract. They have a video of them signing a contract with Peer 4 Group or whatever they're called.
Really?
Why take a video like that? That's my question.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to see that.
Because the last MineCon thing that flopped because it was a scam. So they were trying to save face and say, okay, well, we'll make a video of us actually signing the contract to prove that this is legit.
That's stupid, though.
That's stupid. That doesn't prove anything. Get backing from other cons.
It makes it look more suspicious, if anything.
Be very transparent about, here's the, reservations. You can call this and confirm and all this crap. There's ways you can show it besides a staged video. oh, we signed a contract. Like, you can't zoom in and read that contract. It could be any slip of paper.
Yeah. That's true. It could be
That
just
could have
actors.
been their neighbors who were dressed up in a suit. Like, yeah.
Come on, we're going to set up the garage to look like a conference room.
It's so stupid. Yeah, the whole thing is really stupid. And, you know, we're all kind of sure it's probably a scam. We can't confirm it yet because they haven't come out and, you know, officially canceled it or anything. What they won't release is until tomorrow at 2 p.m., I guess. They won't release any information as to why it's being canceled or any information on how you can get refunds. And they don't seem to plan on that either, on how to get refunds. So unless you paid with a credit card, you can try to like do a chargeback. You might be, you know, up.
If you pay by PayPal, you can just your PayPal if it's within 45 days.
PayPal. Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's recent, you might be okay on PayPal. But I hope you didn't pay with PayPal.
Yeah. So anyway, the one thing we should get to though about MineORama and stuff is that as this news is breaking, some of the big YouTubers start tweeting. And they're like, this is really crappy, guys. We're really sorry to see this happen. And they're not going out of their way to say this is obviously a scam, but they're pretty sure. So what they're doing is they understand people already have travel plans. Some people are already there. Some people are on their way there. So they said, why don't we get together for around the same time this is supposed to be happening near the same location and just plan a giant meetup together. We'll rent out a space. We'll just call it a giant meetup. And that's what's happening literally this second. They're calling it the U-Cube NY meetup, the U-Cube New York meetup.
There you go.
That's
at least
awesome.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel there.
Yes. So if you're listening right now and you're thinking, oh my God, I was going to go to this convention and this sucks, find that Twitter account because this is cool. Like, it's so cool to see the community come together and go, not again. Not this time.
Not this time.
Well, the community came together with the fail last one.
Oh, they did, but it was kind of like, we only knew it was
They're
a
the
fail.
ones who made it a quote-unquote convention.
We only knew that it was a fail afterwards.
Yeah,
because
during and after.
There was, right,
this is
it was
like
an actual event that took place.
This is a predetermined fail, and now they have like some time to try to put together something, you know? Not only is it your favorite YouTube personalities coming together on this, and your favorite Twitch personalities, but it's also like a bunch of people with a lot of resources and a lot of pull in the community who can probably pull together a whole bunch of vendors and stuff if they tried. But they're calling it a meetup and not a convention for that purpose. Maybe they can't do that because it's too soon.
I was going to say
it's a meetup.
It's too short of amount of time to really do
Sky
anything.
Does Minecraft said he's going to be there in New York, so he's going to do whatever it is he can do in his power to be there for everybody.
And they said it. I looked into all the Twitter accounts after I learned about this because Bebop Vox made a really nice video the last time there was a Minecraft scam like this, and we talked about it.
And he mentioned MineORama too.
Yeah, he was tweeting that he's been looking into this convention for months now, and he's been building a case as to why it's a big scam, and now to him this confirms it. And then Sky Does Minecraft saying this is coming right out of our paychecks. You know, if you've bought tickets to MineORama, you are allowed to come to our convention without any additional charge. You just show us your confirmation that you bought the tickets to MineORama and this meetup's for you. Which is just
that's
so
gonna be awesome.
cool to me.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, at least you get to meet the people you were coming to meet.
Yeah.
With that said, we're going to start an everything mining convention. Here in Laughlin.
No.
Send your tickets now, or send your money now for tickets. They're only $500 each.
Oh my God.
No, you're not running a Ponzi convention scheme. Nope.
That's not worth it purely for like the hate you're gonna get. Not to mention
I don't want to be infamous.
Mining. We'll call it everything mining.
Well, I am my own island. So long.
Yeah.
I'm going to sail away to some other podcast now.
Yeah, no thank you. No part of that, please.
Yeah.
So, no, it's kind of cool. I'm really happy that the story looks like it's going to have a happy ending. And I'm just kind of worried for the kids whose parents are like just done at this point. I mean, could you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
Here's my idea of like the audience behind that convention. The parents buy their kids these tickets and they get scammed and they're all upset. Some parents are like, never again. We're only going to a convention if it's like an official Mojang one. Or some parents are like, maybe we'll find a real convention to take them to because that was just awful. And they look at MineORama. and then again it happens. So for those people out there who like have no faith anymore, I really hope they get this news that this meetup is happening to make up for the convention, because that's who the kids want to see. They don't want to go to see all these stupid vendors and stuff. They want to go to see their favorite personalities. That's like,
well, some of the vendors, sure.
Well, yeah, some, but
I mean, but you don't go like with a specific vendor in mind, like, oh boy.
Yeah, like RTX is about to wrap up, which is Rooster Teeth's big convention, and that's one I want to go to someday once I have like the means to go, because now I'm like even farther away from freaking Texas. But what's the thing about that convention is I would go to see my favorite Rooster Teeth people. I wouldn't go to
road trip.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go to see like just random vendors. I want to go to see my favorite Rooster Teeth personalities. Just like if I was going to a Minecraft convention, I'd want to go to see people in the community I've either talked to or my favorite YouTubers or something.
Well, this was hyped to be a YouTuber event too. That's the thing. It was like that's what its hype was all about. The one kid I didn't tell you. There's one kid tweeted. He said, I actually didn't have a birthday for 2 years, and enough money was saved up so that I can go to MineORama, and now it's not going to happen. So this poor kid didn't have a birthday for 2 years because he wanted, instead of a gift or something for his birthday, he wanted them to save the money so that he can go to MineORama.
Well, they didn't know about MineORama for 2 years. That seems like a little
I don't know. That's what he tweeted. So who knows?
That might have just been one of those
2 birthdays.
tug at your heartstrings things that isn't really real, but maybe. I can see people who with low incomes trying to do something nice for their kids, though, going to this. But what were you about to say, Jimmy?
I was going to say, what would you even do if you were like face to face with your favorite Rooster Teeth personalities?
I'd shake their hand, take a picture with them. I mean, the whole idea is just getting together. Like, they're doing it so they can get in touch with their fans. And as a fan, I want to, meet some people. That's like the point of it. Or at very least, it's cool to see. It's like seeing something live. They do a bunch of panels together and stuff. The different.
So would you dress up as one of the bluer?
Well, that's a convention.
Well, yeah, that's a convention. I'm just saying, it's just like going to see a concert. Why do you go to a concert? Because you can hear the music on your freaking radio. You can watch videos of other concerts. Why are you going to this concert? Because you want to see your favorite band live. So it's the same concept. No?
No. I'm not into the live thing. It is usually
I'm not
a
big concert person. I'm just using that as an example. Just like a comedian, if a comedian came to town, like, I've been to Jim Gaffigan a couple times now, just because he's one of my favorite comics. He usually has new material, but some comics do a tour after a CD releases and hardly have any new material at all. So you're going to just see them live, but you're absorbing the same crap you've already heard, but you still enjoy it because it's your favorite comedian right in front of you. So that's like the same idea with the convention. If I'm going to a convention to see personalities behind stuff I like, it's cool to just get to meet them, get to shake their hand for a second, and then see them do some live stuff.
When I went to the first Minecon and I met the Yogscast, I met Notch, I met Minecraft Chick, I met Captain Sparkles, I met Bebop Vox. I met all these people. And it was really cool just to shake their hand, hang out with some of them, and it's nice. It's kind of like you see them on the screen or whatever, and then you get to actually see them in person. It's kind of it makes them real. It makes them more real,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, it's true.
I would want a frame around them or something like that, but okay.
You freaked out when you met me.
It was weird seeing you not like in a screen. Like I mentally could not adjust.
I might have been more worried had I not, because I've had like other opportunities to meet people I've met on the internet, like in person. So it wasn't like, maybe it wasn't as weird for me, but yeah, you were just so taken aback, and
like it was cool to meet you, and I had a great time, and like I wasn't weirded out by you. Just in my head, I was like, it's so weird. He's actually here.
See, when you guys meet me, I'm only 4'6". And,
what?
No,
really?
I'm just kidding.
See a doctor
I'm kidding.
about that.
I'm kidding.
That's horrible.
That's pretty swollen.
I'm just oh my gosh. Anyway,
for a while there, we didn't know if Dan had legs because I've never seen him walk.
Oh, he's got legs. I can confirm it.
She was checking me out up and down. It was kind of creepy.
What?
She's like, "Them legs." I think that's what happened.
Them chicken legs.
I'm only kidding. So tonight's Indie Spotlight, let's get into that. Over 9,000 zombies. That is tonight's Indie Spotlight. It's currently in early access on Steam, and it's on sale for the next like 40-something hours for $5.99. But you can pick it up regularly for $7.99. And this game, I got to play it. It's a lot of fun. I kind of lost track of time for a bit.
It's early access right now, though.
Yes. They're going to add more.
$5.99 right now, $7.99 after the early access.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's going to be, for now, it's up to 2-player co-op. Like, it's kind of like a top-down view, and you could kind of, at first you want to look at it and compare it to Left 4 Dead, but Left 4 Dead's a first-person shooter, and this is a little bit different. A lot more arcade-style, top-down arcade-style game. They have 20-plus weapons at the moment. 5 defensive turrets, which are really cool. You can, because you pick up scrap metal by killing the zombies. And then you can use, once you get up to a certain amount of scrap metal, you can craft yourself a turret and place it down, and that turret will just wreck zombies for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you get the option to build yourself a base. You can choose to do it, or you can just run around killing waves of zombies. But I tried, and what sucks about it is you get in the building mode, but you still have access to the shooting controls while you're building. And you need them because zombies are still pouring at you. You're trying to build this little base, and these zombies are coming out. They're like, oh, God. So I'm trying to make walls, but they're coming out all messed up.
Oh, wow.
I can't even place a straight wall because I'm getting attacked from every angle. It's a lot of fun. And,
so I was checking out the website, though.
Yeah?
Only on Steam right now, as far as I can tell.
That's pretty cool, though, because a lot of indie games try really hard to get on Steam, and these guys have done it. So, which is really,
but
really
who would compare that to Left 4 Dead? To me, it rang more Plants vs. Zombies or Dungeon Defenders, especially. Or,
like, Call of Duty, the Call of
Duty.
No. Listen, there's a zombie.
Who compared it, by the way.
There's a zombie. There's a little mini zombie game in Call of Duty Black Ops, I think. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I never played.
You guys have never seen it?
No, it's zombies in Call of Duty Black Ops. It's the reason people bought Call of Duty Black Ops.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that one where that's not the third person one. There's another one inside the game. I think it's probably just an Easter egg then, because what it is it's a top-down look, and you got this little character, and you go around shooting a bunch of zombies.
Okay. Well, it's like that then.
It's in one of those. Yeah.
It's awesome. What I really like, though, is they've talked about the things they want to add to it, and some of the things they want to add are new maps, expanded multiplayer, which probably means more than 2 people, vehicles, and then they're just looking for suggestions right now. They have forums up and everything. We're going to give you links to all that. And yeah, they're looking, if you play this game and you go, oh my gosh, this game should have this, they're taking suggestions, which is the best part of indie games. They're looking for, ways to grow. So
that's awesome.
Definitely check this game out. It will be linked in the show notes, their Steam page and their website. And yeah, you can get to your zombie killing. I hope one of you guys get it.
Headshot.
I hope one of you guys end up picking it up because I'd love to play this multiplayer. It's fun.
I don't know if I have time for 2 games.
Well, now that you beat the story of Final Fantasy, you might get bored.
No, there's endgame content to raid through. There is gear to get. There's giant bosses to slay. I am a warrior, and not an actual warrior in the game, but...
You do realize because you mastered a game, you're not allowed to be on the show anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's the Everything Noob podcast. You have to be a noob, man.
That's the whole, yeah. That's it.
That does create a problem, doesn't
Jimmy's last episode, guys. This is it. So we're taking applications for more noobs. If you're terrible at video games, please apply. P.O. Box.
That's funny.
No.
Whoa. Please submit a payment of $500 to a PayPal account.
Exactly.
Anonymous PayPal everything noob.
Anonymous at everythingnoob.com.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a really cool game though, and it's not one of those games that you get sucked into like Final Fantasy either. It's just a fun arcade game you play. I think I might stream it for a while. It's kind of a challenge thing too. I was playing and it seemed like the zombies were never ending, and it's like, you've beaten wave 1. I'm like, wave 1, and it gives you some time to like recuperate. I'm like, I can build now, and I'm trying to build, and I ran out of scrap metal because I made too many turrets, and it was fun.
Oh, since I didn't get a chance to play it, in between the waves, is there a timer? Or is it like you get a chance to build, use all your materials, and then you engage?
It's a timer. It's like pretty generous, like 30 seconds or something, or 60 seconds. It felt like a while. Somewhere between 30 and 60 seconds. Mode. Yeah. There might be difficulty settings I hadn't dabbled in yet, but it was pretty generous. I had some time to actually go, whew, okay.
Wait, would you really bump up the difficulty, though, if there was difficulty settings? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. It makes me crazy how people, not only do they beat games, but they'll go back and play them again on a harder difficulty. I don't know. I don't have time for that, unless it's Mario Kart, which takes no time at all.
It's like Diablo 3.
Start on hard. No game is really punishing enough where you can't complete it on hard.
I usually just play normal because I want to. If it's a story-driven game anyway, because I'm trying to just get through the story and get to my next game with my bucket of shame, or what is it? Bucket of shame, pile of shame.
Usually, if I replay games, I put it on easy because if I'm replaying a game, it's for the story. So I just want to traverse through.
You're the opposite. Some people play for the story and then go play on harder difficulties to get the achievements. You just push through on hard and then go back and refresh yourself in the story.
Yeah, but that'll be like years down the line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I probably won't even finish it.
So I wasn't crazy, and you guys thought I was. It's a Call of Duty Black Ops zombie arcade game. It's a hidden game within Black Ops.
Wait, so
and
like
you have
go
to
in
press,
and engage?
Yeah, you press the right, the RT, I guess is right, and then the left, right trigger and left trigger when you're in the chair in the beginning of the game. And you're trying to break out, you press those two at the same time, and then you walk over to the computer and you enter the code DOA, and then you'll get that arcade style.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's the reason people bought Black Ops?
No, I'm just saying that this game is similar to that in that way, except for obviously the graphics is a little different, but other than that, it's top-down zombies, and you're shooting at a bunch of zombies as they're coming at you in waves.
Yeah, I just like it's kind of fast-paced in the sense that in a regular survival game where you're against zombies and you're trying to fortify a fortress, you have time to kind of think about it. Whereas the zombies move kind of slow, and you think, oh, this isn't that fast-paced. But once you start to realize, oh, crap, I'm trying to build like protection, and I can't.
Yeah,
then it becomes a little bit stressful because you can't just take a break. You're building and shooting at the same exact time, which is especially I'm using my controller to play it, so it works really well, but it's a very strange mechanic I haven't been introduced to yet in a game like this. So it's pretty cool.
So how do you lose?
You die.
Like, do you die, or the base is destroyed?
Well, you don't even need to build a base. You can just run around and kill zombies.
Oh, so you die.
Yeah, and I tried to build, and as I was building, I was trying to gather more scrap to finish the walls, because there's like abandoned houses with missing walls in them. So obviously you'd pick one of those, right? So I'm trying to put walls up in the spaces there aren't any. And I'm like, okay, I got a couple walls, and I run back down to collect some more scrap metal, kill some more zombies. And up above, I hear, poof, poof, poof. They broke down the walls I just placed.
Oh, man.
Screw this. It should be like, that's the one critique I have to make. It should be like a tower defense where they don't try to break the walls until there's absolutely no way in. But it's not. They just break down the walls because they're dicks. So
yeah.
That or the walls need to be a little thicker then.
There's probably a way to fortify them, but I was too stressed to like look into it because all I really saw was walls and turrets. I'm like, fine, turrets it is. And I just placed turrets all around my place, which actually worked pretty well.
I was going to say, that would be my beginning strategy. Start with turrets and then build some walls.
Yeah. So once I got the hang of it, it was pretty cool like that. And I'm sure if I tried to, fortify a place, I could do it better now. But yeah, it's definitely worth the try. It's so much fun. I'd say it's worth the money, obviously. But for those of you who don't have the funds
and there's over 9,000 zombies in this game.
Yeah, that's a lot of zombies.
That's a long, long game.
It says over 9,000, but it made a point to say they're like unending waves of zombies.
Yeah, basically just keep coming and coming and coming and coming.
Yeah.
But, and I'm sure as the waves progress, the zombies get different.
They do. Some of them get faster, and you can tell because they all look the same at first, and then a couple with like green shirts come up in the second wave.
Yeah,
like, what are those? Oh, they're fast.
Oof.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, Jemmy, you were telling us about this weird tournament, though. Going back into some gaming news.
There's a Korean This has been going on for years, apparently, in the Korean, what is it? The LESF Gaming League, the International Esports Federation is what that stands for.
Yes.
And they're holding this tournament, and there is like 4 main events and for the men and 2 events for ladies, and ladies are not allowed to participate in the main event. They are banned from it because it might cause an upset. This is a quote. If a woman beat a man.
What?
And they're saying, like, they're not allowing the women and men to participate in the same, like, leagues together. It's not co-ed because that's in keeping with the LESF, sorry. And
No,
it's kind of yes.
IE. International.
Is it IE? Oh.
It's an international thing.
It's not international.
Whatever. I'm looking at it. It's I looks like an L, lowercase L, but I don't know. It's kind of like a lot of people are making things like why, because they want to seem like a more professional sport, so they're separating the men and women. And this is a huge problem for me. It makes me mad because I understand in physical sports maybe why you would do it, because there is kind of like men and women are stacked physically different.
Women have boobs.
No, not like that.
Oh.
But like, you know, like men are taller and can be more muscly and stuff. So like, you know, a 6'9" dude, you know, against a 4-foot woman, like you're gonna crush her in football. But there's no physical difference.
There is
for
no
playing
difference.
Video games. So they should be able to play
battle
together.
of the minds, basically.
But so they're saying this is, to me, seem more like professional sports, so they can become legitimate and stuff. And Korea is the only place that has done this. And like a Finnish competitor was tweeting this out, and this is how everybody got all upset about it. And so like head of the event came out, and he was like, "Well, we don't want to upset men if a woman wins." But like somewhere like, and everybody stopped listening there. But the Finnish league has been trying for years to get this overturned and have women and men compete together.
Yeah, so the idiot comes out and says that, and then no one's paying any attention to him.
Yeah, no, because he's already pissed everybody off with a really, really, really dumb comment.
Yeah, well, there was one comment I saw. Sorry, Dredo. There was one comment I saw that said, well, we did it this way because we want to seem more legitimate, just like chess does it too. Chess separates men and women. Like, why is that your defense? Like,
chess is really heavily covered, isn't it?
Well, that and like, why is that your defense? Like, chess has to answer for that too.
Yeah.
Don't bring them into this. They're a whole nother issue. You know?
They're just as bad as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And they didn't offer as many events for women, which was like really disappointing. One of the main events that they were talking about was the Hearthfire competition.
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone, yes. I always Hearthfire, World of Warcraft. It's whatever.
I mix up Stone, Hearth, and Hearthstone.
Dead to me.
I mix up Stone, Hearth, and Hearthstone all the time. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Hearthstone. That game is like where most of this has focused around.
Yeah, because it's typically an American game.
Yeah, so like for us, it's like, well, what?
It's like League of Legends. You know, they have their competitions and things like that. Could you imagine if they did that? Because we know that there's a lot of women that play League of Legends. In fact, I just stopped. My roommate has friends that play League of Legends that are girls. So
I've known some people who are semi-pro and were trying to go pro, and I've literally heard them flat out say, women gamers just aren't as good as men, so it should be separate leagues because they'll just get crushed anyways. They don't put in the time men do. I'm dead.
How about giving them the chance to prove it? You know,
I think it's because
women
most of the women leagues are sponsored, and they are sponsored to look pretty, and they aren't sponsored to actually compete.
Oh, stupid!
So
I'm on your side. I'm not.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so stupid, and chess isn't really covered, but I'd like to see that change too. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm mad that they had a physical defense to use, like something like chess.
I imagine chess is so under the radar, nobody's thought about it, and they probably do that because of tradition more than anything else.
Yeah, chess competitions have been going on since like
the dawn of time.
Before then, I'm talking like 18.
There is a cave drawing of a chess tournament,
like the 1600s, somewhere. I think. I don't know. Way
That's
back.
Not
then.
before the dawn of time.
Does the dawn?
When Adam and Eve were here,
time?
we had chess competitions.
They had nothing better to do.
They had nothing to do. They came up with chess. No, it was a war game. It's basically a war game, and I think that's basically why they, back then it was considered a man game. So I think that's why it happened that way. I don't know, but there's no excuse for today. Today it's different. We got women working and doing men jobs, so there's no reason for us to have it.
See, the fact that you just said doing men jobs is like the whole problem.
I know, that's part of the problem. But I
don't blame you. I blame society for classifying things as
women
men
are in
jobs.
stereotypical men-only jobs.
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know many women roofers, or something like that. But anyway,
I've seen them.
They're
very scary women, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't.
They have to be. They will pick you up and they can toss you.
I don't blame.
Get ready.
I don't blame anyone for those statements except just general society. Like there's not long ago there was a generation that was brought up this way, so that mentality just still exists out there. And unfortunately there's still places and tournaments and things that go on that are the genders are segregated. And it's just stupid, and eventually it'll probably all change. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of esports doing this. Obviously, it's just this one for the moment.
Okay, since part of the reason they've separated it is so they can seem like a more legitimate sport, like professional sports are out there. Obviously, this is not the right way to go, and I know that is kind of the way it is. But what do you think would be a better avenue for them to take to seem more like a professional sport and get the word out there so that people would take them more seriously?
First, I would say don't segregate the genders. Just let people sign up, not men versus women, or just have people sign up to this gaming tournament.
But see, I even grew up. And then I think about it. I grew up in when I was part of the. I went to a boys' club, and then there was a girls' club. I was part of the Boy Scouts.
There's the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
But we've been brought up to think that girls and boys are separate and different in that aspect. So boys do boys things and girls do girls things. They play with dolls and Barbies, and boys go out and do sports. And so we kind of been brought up that way.
Well, yeah, but that's just, again, stereotypes, because there's plenty of women out there who would look at that statement and go, well, I didn't play with dolls. I had brothers. I played with G.I. Joes. Right.
But I'm
Barbies.
Saying
it's still dolls, but
when it comes to video games, there should be no, difference there. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, to be taken more seriously, I don't think that should be their concern. It should be, it is being taken more seriously. It's the way it's broadcast, the prizes. We're starting to finally see. You can't go on Twitch without seeing some kind of League of Legends tournament. Like, it's becoming a thing now.
Do you feel like it's being taken more seriously by the general public or just the gaming community?
Obviously, the general public still looks at it like, pfft, but I think that has something to do with just the way we've been brought up. Games are still really new, and the competitive gaming aspect is still really new. So it's going to be a few decades before we start seeing people, that are in their 40s and stuff looking at this as like a legitimate thing. You know what I mean?
Do you think there'll be competitions for the original StarCraft by that time?
I don't know. It depends. If nothing better than StarCraft comes out, then yes.
I could only imagine how they would run that, with legacy machines hooked up and stuff, because Windows will have effectively patched that right out of working.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I just think it's a matter of time. Right now, the world is changing so much and so fast. There's so many different things that we're looking at and kind of laughing at now, but eventually will just be a thing. A lot of people are angry because, a topic that's come up, this is not gaming related. I apologize if this is crossing into territory we shouldn't be in, but one thing that I can think of off the top of my head is kids having cell phones. And there's good reasons for it, but mostly bad reasons for it. And all these kids have it, and right now everyone's like, I cannot believe how many kids have cell phones, but eventually those kids are going to grow up and be adults and be like, I had a cell phone when I was in kindergarten. Here you go, son.
Exactly.
And it's going to be just this normal thing.
Yeah.
So that's my point. I don't want to get into why that's right or wrong, but that's my point. There's so many things in the world right now that are scary and weird, but eventually are just going to become the standard because that's how everyone was brought up. So it's weird that we think of esports as a sport at all, because we're, for generations now, football has been a sport, and there hasn't been a video game to compare it to. Now there's going to be competitions on video game football versus real athlete football.
I would say, like, football from the beginning, people are like, yeah, that's a sport. There would have been no controversy about it because it's everybody getting out there, getting sweaty, getting dirty, and it's good for your health and exercise. Your heart gets pumping. Your heart gets pumping in video games.
Well, maybe they can have a cheerleader simulator for the girls.
Oh boy!
In this competition.
You were just making it worse, man. We were finally out of that territory, and there you go, bringing us right
press
back
A
in.
a little bit so I can jump more chipper.
Yeah, do a little, pom thing.
Jackcraft in chat just said gaming is still seen as toys for kids in most circles, which is true. I mean,
it's true.
But one day there's going to be adults that are our parents' age playing video games, and there already is. I mean, my dad plays video games now, but I'm just saying, like, it's going to be a general thing. It's not going to be a rare thing anymore. It's just going to be natural that society just plays video games. It's just something they do now. So,
well, Xbox One has that kind of idea. That's what they think. So that's why they came out with the Xbox One. They're trying to combine that with everything else for the living room. So
maybe, but they're getting locked out of games.
Yeah, I know.
Games.
What?
Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
Oh, that. Yeah.
It's not coming to Xbox One.
Oh, that's a really strange thing to me, too. Borderlands.
I understand it.
I get it. No, they have a really good point. They said, well, everyone is playing Borderlands 2 and 1 on the Xbox 360 and PS3 and stuff, so we're kind of rewarding those people in a way by releasing it on those, because it's a pre-sequel. Like, it's between 1 and 2, so why should it come out on the newer systems when those aren't? Which is a fair statement, but why not either?
I feel like it's just to save development costs, because they feel like most of their buyer base is going to be already on Xbox 360 and PS3. And sales on the new ones, not as great as they could be. So it's like, we could spend all that money for our devs to develop for that and learn how to do it. Or we could put that off and just make it for 360, PS3. And it's like just pure profit, because everybody already has those systems already. And if not, they'll probably have a PC that can run it.
Thanks to not having backwards freaking compatibility, we have these problems.
I just don't understand why it's so difficult for them to have some way. I don't think it is. I think they do it on purpose. There's got to be. I mean, we do it with PCs. We play old games and new games alike on our PCs.
It is on purpose. They don't want to take the extra time to make sure it's backwards compatible and continue to bug fix on that, add maybe a couple of bits of hardware to make it work. They don't want to do that. They want to usher you into the new stuff, so they don't have to continue paying for development of old stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, why can't you play an Xbox 360 game on an Xbox One? I don't understand.
Because they don't want to pay for the development of that. And they would rather you buy an Xbox
There should be no reason. That's my point. There should be no reason to redevelop something that already exists. It should be able to just play on it.
Well,
it should be able to use the same. Just like on a PC, you got a PC. If I got an old PC with Windows XP on it, I can still play some of these new games on it.
Sure, if you want to do that,
see what I mean?
keep another computer in your house. But there are people out there who will pay for a game again because it released on a newer thing. Just like I'm planning on buying Grand Theft Auto 5 when it comes out on PC, even though I already have it, or had it. I sold it now. On no, I have it on PlayStation still. Never mind. I sold my 360 on the PlayStation. But I have it already. I don't need this game, but all my friends on PC are going to have it now, and I want to play with them because I didn't get to play with any of my friends when I was playing it. So I'm going to rebuy a game I already own. How stupid is that? You know, it's the same thing. They're not going to make backwards compatible systems saying, well, it's too hard or it's too expensive. But meanwhile, they know why they're doing it.
It's an operating
so we'll
system
the damn
in
game.
there. It's basically an operating system, and all they have to do is just like you do with Windows. You know, I can play an old game on here on Windows 7. No problem.
Whether they're lying about it or not, whether it's just an operating system or it is actual hardware in the console, it doesn't matter. It could be done, and they won't do it because you can redevelop a game and make a whole crap ton of money all over again.
Part of it is they know the console is going to cost a lot, so they just are trying to cut down on development cost, and by not developing backwards compatibility to fit into the machine and with the new OS and stuff, that cuts down on development costs. You know, that all ends up on the end price tag. And for some reason, they felt like viewing TV on your Xbox One was more important than maybe allowing people to trade in their Xbox 360 and get an Xbox One and still enjoy all their old stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like that would sell more consoles than like the TV view function. Now, I know some people really do enjoy it, but that's kind of like, I probably would rather have the backwards compatibility for me, because then it's like, well, I can let go of my Xbox 360 then.
No, it's a good...
You know, I don't have to run out and buy a game.
Yeah, I think we'd all agree that backwards compatibility is a nice feature. And, I mean, right now, I saved a couple of my 360 games, even though I know I'm not going to get a 360. Just ones that I got as gifts, or they were nostalgic to me. In case maybe the 360 goes way down in cost one day to nothing, and I'm like, well, I still have this game. It'd be cool to revisit it. So I kept them because they're not worth anything anyway. But, you know, it'd be nice if I could play those old games on my old Xbox without rebuying them. Or my new Xbox, I mean. I'm not a big Xbox guy. I'm not a big console guy anymore, to be honest. But it's just nice to have the option, especially for people like me who aren't big console people anymore. It's just kind of sad, you know, that they're just taking advantage of everyone. Everyone's pulling EA on it. You know? I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or not. Just like a little side note here. I was playing The Sims 3 on a stream. They bombarded it with ads. Did I tell you guys that already? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
For their games.
They bombarded for their other expansions, for one, which is understandable. But in the game now, they have microtransactions built into The Sims 3.
Oh.
I can't believe they didn't wait for Sims 4 for that and just like put it there. They slipped it into their old game.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is so real dirty.
Yeah. That's just going on about greed, really. I'm not trying to dive back into that topic, but I'm just sick of seeing the greed in the gaming community. That's why I love indie games so much.
I know. I mean, you pay for the game. I can understand that with a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how they make their money, and
they make their money off expansions already, and this and that, and then they add that.
Now they're
going to
do that.
Come on, you know, either put it in an expansion or just leave me alone. I don't want a fancy dishwasher for real money for my stupid sim house that you're about to go. It's about to be outdated anyway because everyone's going to be playing Sims 4. So WTF.
I'm scared of Sims 4 if like they patch that into the old version of The Sims.
Oh yeah.
It's like, is it gonna be pretty much you'll live in a poor house unless you pay them lots of money?
Oh man.
No, they wouldn't go that
I
far.
hope not.
I would hope not. That's Sims
hopefully
5.
they'll have
Especially
Obamacare.
You're buying the game, like, and then all those expansion packs, which are hundreds of dollars, because every little facet of life is an expansion pack.
Yay!
Just like real life.
Next week we'll have to talk about the Minecraft 1.8 updates. There's a whole bunch of new stuff on that finally. Things we can actually talk about that aren't just back-end updates. And we keep missing those. We usually talk about them. So we'll try to cover that next week. Also, we're on Wildfire Radio now, so be sure to check us out there, wildfireradio.com. This show
You might be listening to us now.
Yeah. This show will be syndicated on there every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So you can catch us there. And big thanks to them for the support. And as always, you guys can subscribe to us on YouTube, on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes. Leave us a rating. Check out the videos. Lots more content going on everythingnoob.com as well. And I think I mentioned all the things. So
That is all of the things.
Let's do this.
Hashtag.
Let's do this drawing real quick for the qubits in Qubit Castle. We have 3 of these to give away for 10,000 qubits apiece. And our first winner is MicroTaver5. Congratulations, 10,000 qubits to you. Our second winner is James. That's the name I got. James, I think Bachelor. I'm not. Maybe I should.
Bachelor James?
Yes.
He's eligible, ladies.
10,000 qubits to you. And then our next winner, our final winner, Awesome to the Max. So thank you all for your signing up for the qubits. Enjoy playing Qubit Castles. A lot of fun. And now you each get 10,000 qubits to spend in the game. So that's really cool. Enjoy those. And for details on how to win Assassin's Creed Black Flag, don't forget to go to everythingnoob.com. Click the link there. Or vortecvids.net. I got info on there too. So thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time with another edition of the Everything Noob podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs. And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming.